Take a deep breath now. Take a sip of water. Congratulations. You have just ingested a microscopic amount of synthetic polymers. This is not a dystopian exaggeration. It is the biological reality of the 21st century for decades. We thought that plastic was an outside problem, turtles with straws in their noses. Garbage islands in the Pacific, a visual and distant problem. But science has changed the lens. Plastic does not disappear. It fragments. It becomes invisible. And in that invisibility, it has achieved the unthinkable, entering your bloodstream, your lungs, and the placentas of unborn babies. In this hour, we are going to dismantle your daily routine. From the cup of tea that relaxes you to the paste you use to clean your teeth. Get ready, because after today, you will not see your house the same way again. Welcome to the invisible invasion. Let's start with the most everyday. The kitchen. That refuge of nutrition. Many of us have switched from paper tea bags to those elegant silk pyramids. They look premium, right? The problem is that they are not made of silk. They are made of nylon or PET. When you pour water at 95 degrees over these bags, the heat not only releases the flavor of the tea, it triggers a physical degradation. According to McGill University, a single one of these bags releases 11 billion microplastic particles into your cup. You are drinking an infusion of polymers. Multiply that by the cups a day, 365 days a year. Your body is becoming a reservoir. Let's walk to the bathroom, your personal hygiene. For years, they sold us microbeads for a deep clean, those little blue balls in your toothpaste or your facial scrub. They are literally polyethylene spheres when you brush. You not only run the risk of them getting lodged in your gums, causing inflammation, but real disaster happens when you spit. These microbeads are so small that they pass through the grates of treatment plants. They reach the sea, fish mistake them for plankton eggs, eat them, and the cycle closes when that same fish ends up on your table. We are using plastic to clean our teeth, only to end up eating that plastic months later. And it doesn't stop there. Plastic cutting boards release microfragments with every knife cut. Sea salt, evaporated from contaminated oceans, contains synthetic traces. Even the dust in your houses, by 30%, fibers from your synthetic clothing. We are surrounded. The question that science was trying to answer until recently was, can these particles cross the barriers of our body? The short answer is yes. In 2022, a pioneering study in the Netherlands detected polymers in the blood of 80% of the volunteers analyzed. PET from bottles, polystyrene from food packaging, polyethylene from bags. Circulating through their veins, but plastic is not just an annoying little stone. It is a chemical Trojan horse. Plastic absorbs heavy metals and persistent organic pollutants from the environment. In addition, it contains additives such as bisphenol and phthalates. These are endocrine disruptors. What does this mean? That they confuse your hormones. They tell your body that there is estrogen when there is not, altering the reproductive system, metabolism, and, according to recent studies, linking to autoimmune diseases. The most worrying are nanoplastics. They are so small that they can cross the blood-brain barrier. Yes, they can enter the brain. We still do not understand the long-term consequences. But cellular inflammation is the first warning sign. If you think that avoiding single-use plastic is enough, we need to talk about your tires and your washing machine. Every time you wash a polyester or nylon garment, thousands of microfibers are released. A single washing machine load can release 700,000 fibers into the drain. And as you drive, the friction of your tires against the asphalt generates a fine powder of synthetic rubber. It is one of the largest sources of atmospheric microplastics. You breathe it in the city, and the rain carries it to the fields. Plastic is no longer an object. It is another element of the water and air cycle. I know what you're thinking. It's impossible to escape. And you're right, we can't live in a glass bubble. But we can reduce the burden. The biological burden is cumulative. And every small decision counts. Step 1, go back to basics. Loose leaf tea and steel infusers. Step 2, throw away that plastic cutting board and buy a wooden or bamboo one. Step 3, check your toothpaste. If it says polyethylene in the ingredients, throw it away. Look for brands with the zero plastic inside seal. Filter your water at home using glass or steel. Do not heat food in plastic containers in the microwave. It accelerates the leaching of chemicals 1,000 times. It is not about being perfect. It is about being aware. Your body has detoxification mechanisms, but we are giving it a job it was not designed for. We have lived the plastic age as an age of convenience, but the bill is coming. And we are not paying it with money, but with our biology. The invisible invasion will not be stopped only with better individual habits. We need legislation that prohibits microbeads globally and that forces textile companies to install filters in washing them. At Sheen's, a study conducted by the University of New Mexico in 2024 analyzed 23 human testicles from autopsies and 47 dog testicles. The results were shocking. Microplastics were found in 100% of the analyzed samples. The human testicles showed an average concentration of 329.4 micrograms per gram of tissue. This figure is almost 3 times higher than that found in dogs and significantly higher than that found in human placentas in previous studies. 12 different types were identified. The most common was polyethylene P used in bags and bottles, followed by PVC polyvinyl chloride. Today you have seen what most people ignore. Knowledge is the first filter the next time you hold a plastic product. Remember, it does not end up in the trash. It ends in you. Thank you for joining us in this investigation. Take care of your environment, but above all, take care of your temple. See you in the next episode.